Someone said let's pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes. Back again. We keep up with this, man, every day, man. I hope everyone's there fine. It's a Saturday morning and things. Come on, man. You know me already. I'm back with the Man United news, per usual. Always flooding you lot with it, man. I don't stop. So let's get straight into it. Fabrizio Romano, you lot's go. Here we go. Tapping Fab, I call him. But he's basically come out and basically he's saying, wait, it didn't get rejected. I'm going to read it out to you, what he's saying, basically. So we'll get into it, don't worry. This is what Fabrizio's come out and said in his video that he's done on YouTube. He's basically saying, my understanding is that Brentford constantly mentioned in talks with Man United the price tags of other players on the market, which is why they want more than what Man United offered in their second bid. My understanding is that Brentford rejected the bid and talks. That is not that Brentford rejected the bid. I'm moving mad. I just ate. It's not, words are not coming out. My understanding is that it's not that Brentford rejected the bid and talk stopped. The conversations for Mbuemo continue. The two clubs are again in talks, trying to find a solution. United remain calm, confident and optimistic as the player is given total priority to United. Manchester United remain in talks with Brentford to reach an agreement on the transfer fee in the next days. The conversation will continue. Man United will try and find a final solution for Brian Mbeumo. The story is still active and still alive after the proposal turned down. And obviously this morning, he's come on his page and basically just said the same things. That negotiations for Brian Mbeumo continues. They're discussing the structure of the deal. So it's being said by different reporters, etc. now that it's not been rejected. It's just the structure. Basically, they want more money up front. So I don't know if we're offering them, say, 20 million up front or something more 15. They probably want 30. Who knows? But from yesterday, David Ornstein obviously came. Look, let me read the other one as well. It basically said, this is what Fabrizio said again, that Brentford have not rejected Man United's 62.5 bid for Mbuemo. Talks are still ongoing. So I don't know what's going on because there's so much up and down. It's been rejected. It hasn't. There's an agreement. It's been crazy. But let me get into it again for those that don't understand the saga. And I'll start from the beginning. So basically, this is David Ornstein saying it's rejected. This is how it started, yeah? Ben Jacobs came out and said, Man United have made a second bid for Brian Mbuemo. He broke the news. Ben Jacobs, not Ornstein, not Fabrizio, Ben Jacobs. A few days later, Sully, who is very reliable for Manchester United news, came out and said an agreement has been reached. It's done. Medicals next week. It's just the add-ons. That's what he said. But it's finalising the add-ons. Next week, we should have a medical. Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook, who worked together, basically said, look, it's being finalised, total package. And Mbuemo was waiting for permission for a medical. And then Alex Crook, with Ben Jacobs, said the same thing. Brian Mbuemo's medical at Man United is expected to take place next week. So Sully, Brian Crook, and Ben Jacobs have all said there's going to be a medical next week. And then yesterday, we've got David Ornstein, who is very reliable, probably top two, has come out and said it's not done. They've rejected the second bid. But Brian Mbuemo only wants Man United. He don't want, if he stays at Brentford, then cool. But if he doesn't, he wants to only go to Man United, no other team. Then he also said that the funds are said to be available and that we will be disciplined and will not overpay, blah, blah, blah. So cool. So Ben Jacobs has said that we're going to have a medical next week. So does Sully. Then Ornstein's come out and said it's not done. You lot have gone mad. And Alex Crook. And then someone's gone and basically messaged Alex Crook last night and said, so the Crook, Alex Crook, was fobbing us off. And Mbuemo, according to him and Ben Jacobs, due to have a medical next week, yet nothing ain't been agreed. That's what someone, a normal person, just like me and you, has come out and said. Alex Crook has not backed down, and you can see at the bottom of that conversation, he says, we will see. So Alex Crook is confident that agreement is more or less done and that they're going to have a medical next week. And Sully, who is very reliable for Man United, who said the same thing, there's a medical next week, has come out and said, will never delete or backtrack. They have a full agreement on the base fee and are finalising the add-ons. Medical and contract signing is planned for next week. Brentford trying to squeeze a few extra million. He will be a Manchester United player. He's not backing down. No, Alex Crook, Ben Jacobs and Sully, who are not all linked, only Alex Crook and Ben Jacobs, they're not backing down. They're saying, it's done. You're going to see there's a medical next week. David Ornstein is a top journalist. He's saying that it's not done. So I don't know who to believe. And then you've got Fabrizio that's come out this morning, and basically in his video, and he said it's not been rejected. So what Sully and Ben Jacobs and I was saying is kind of true as well, because it has not been rejected. He's saying it was more of a proposal. If you look at the wording in this, it says it was more of a proposal. Look at the last two lines for Fabrizio's, the first quote, the first one. The last two lines said, "It's still alive after the proposal was turned down." So it wasn't that they've rejected the bid. They've just rejected the proposal. No, we're not going to take that, but let's stretch it out, etc. And it's probably just come out that they're proposing this. We didn't want to do it. And then it span round that it's been rejected. So Fabrizio's saying, yo, it hasn't been rejected. Do you understand? It hasn't been rejected. Sully's saying that it hasn't been rejected and it's done. You're going to see next week, you're going to have a medical. Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook are saying it's going to happen next week. So it's all mad. We don't know who to believe. But David Ornstein is top. So it's all crazy. But yeah, that's the situation for Fabrizio anyway. He's just come out today and just basically just said he doesn't, it's carried on talks. It hasn't been rejected and it's done. It's just talks, it's proposals. When you're having talks, you put proposals. Listen, what I feel like this, it's proposals. But it has not been rejected, like how it's getting out here type of thing. So take it for what you want to take it for. But yeah, and Mbuemo, obviously it seems mad close anyway, regardless of what's going on. It seems very close. So it's going to be seen. Big up Luman. So is Brian okay staying at Brentford? I think he's not pushing to leave. He wants to go to Man United, of course, but I don't think he's like down in tools where he's saying, I want to leave, I'm going on strike. What gyokeres is doing at Sporting, he's not doing it. Do you know what I mean? He's not saying, if I don't leave, he's not getting mad about it, basically. He's not kicking up a fuss. That's the situation with Mbuemo. So it is what it is. He said to them, if I leave, I only want Man United. And if you look at the middle article, look at the last paragraph. It says, Mbuemo informed all parties 3 days ago about a clear desire, Man United. David Ornstein said the same thing. He started it by saying, Mbuemo has told Brentford and Tottenham he will only join Manchester United if he leaves Brentford this summer. So he's letting it be known, I'm not going nowhere unless I'm going to Old Trafford. Yeah, I only want United. Do you understand? That's what's going on here. Tottenham now are denying that they made an offer for 70 million. So what was that about? And all that 70 million stuff. So it's all gone mad, man. We don't know who to believe, but Ben Jacobs has been very reliable this whole transfer window. Him and Alex Crook, they've been dropping bombs after bombs. And they're basically saying, there's a medical next week, you will see. Trust me. Sully, very reliable for Man United News. He's saying the same thing. We'll see who lied and who didn't. With prayer hands. There's a medical next week. So I don't know what's happening. Is there agreement? Is it so close that there's going to be an agreement? It's crazy. Like, we just don't know what's happening. But what do you not think is too much for Mbuemo? Because you got to remember, Joe Pedro, they just had each had two bids for 50 million or something like that. Rejected, and they're saying he's worth 65. Alanga, they're eager for 60. Kudus, they want 75 million. So what do you not think is acceptable for Mbuemo? Because look at the players that you're putting next to him, and he's got more goals than all of them. He's probably a better player than all of them. And they're all going for crazy money. How can Alanga and Mbuemo be the same price? It doesn't even make sense. I want to read some of these. Big up, bro. Big up. The thing with Brentford, just because we are Man United, if we pay 65 million, they will say 70. If it was a different club, it's up at 100%. That's the Man United tax. And we've put ourselves in that position. Obviously, Ineos and that are trying to change it now. That's why they're talking for a bit longer. But that's the problem. That's where we are right now. We're in a position where we've messed up so bad in with the last regime that when everyone sees Man United come in, they start rubbing their hands. I'm thinking, yep, we're going to get a payday today. We're going to get a check. That's what happens. But Fabrizio saying, the bid has not been rejected. So it's not been rejected. And they said they wanted Cunha money. Basically, Cunha money, let me break it down for you, lot. Cunha went for 62.5. That was a release clause. So that was the base fee. And then I think we paid a little bit more just so that we can pay over the top. So we can get him in installments. Because you're meant to pay the release clause all outright. That's what you're meant to do. Come and pay 62.5 all outright. But obviously, no one wants to do that no more. You want to pay it in installments. So, all right, no problem. Just pay a little bit more over the odds, and then we'll let you do that. So I think that's what they want. They want it to be like 62.5 base fee with like 3 million add-ons. And we don't know what the add-ons are. The add-ons could be crazy add-ons where it's like, all right, we'll give you like 3 million if Mbuemo wins the Ballon d'Or. That's never going to happen. It might not happen in the next 5 years. Okay, we'll give you 2 million if you lot win the league. You know what I'm trying to say? It might be crazy add-ons that Brentford are saying, no, let's make the add-ons a bit easier. Like, all right, if you finish in the top 6, give us 2 million. If Mbuemo scores 15 goals, you give us 3 million. Something a bit easier that is more likely to happen. So it might just be add-ons that's just pulling it over. But yeah, I obviously we all know it's not too far anyway, but I don't want to be seeing this guy into 70 million and all of that, because that's where the Man United tax kicks in. United, I want this guy wants everyone. Please, Sancho to Juventus. Yeah, man. So the situation is, so basically, we don't know what's going on, man. We don't know if it's been rejected or not. Some people are saying that if the agreement is done, the medicals next week, and this is just like add-ons. It's a few millions, it's bullshit. Ornstein, who's a top goal, he's saying that, listen, it's not done yet. So I don't know. Who do you lot want? Who do you lot think is the right one? Who do you lot believe? I don't have a clue what to think about this, man. But Sully is very reliable, like I said. And Ben Jacobs has been very reliable this whole window. So I don't know. But Fabrizio is literally saying, I'll read it out for people that just come in the chat. My understanding is that Brentford constantly mentioned in talks, Man United, the price tags of players on the market, which is they want more because they said they wanted Cunha money. The same money you lot paid for Cunha, we rate them the same. But not even that we rate them the same. And Mbeumos got more goals. He's a year younger, etc. So they were going mad about that. My understanding is not that Brentford rejected the bid and talk stopped. The conversation for Mbuemo continued. So it was more of a proposal, and you're going to see him talk about it now. The two clubs are again in talks and are trying to find a solution. United remain calm, confident and optimistic as the player is giving total priority to United. Man United remain in active talks with Brentford to reach an agreement on the transfer fee in the next days of conversation. Will continue. Man United will try and find a final solution for Brian Mbuemo. The story is still active, still alive after the proposal is turned down. A proposal and a bid is two different things. If I propose something, I'm just like, would you not reckon if we gave you the But a bid is you've gone out there and put the money on the table. This is what we're offering, official, So they're saying he hasn't been turned down the bid. He's saying it's carried on. That's his understanding. Is that Brentford ain't rejected the bid. It's just more the proposal was turned down. So let's carry on talking. So no bid has happened. That's what he's saying. And then you've got Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook and Sully saying, bro, I will never backtrack. I will never delete anything. They have a full agreement on the base fee. All they're doing is finalizing add-ons. The medical is booked for next week, literally. And you look at the first article and it says, so the Crook was fobbing us off and Mbuemo was done according to him and is due to have a medical next week, yet nothing ain't been agreed. And he turns around and look at the bottom of this thing, and this was last night, he says, we will see. So if you look at both of the articles, look at the last line of both of the articles, it both says, we will see. They're not having it. They're on smoke. They're not having it. They're not sitting there and saying, yeah, Ornstein's come out. I know Ornstein's top. He said, we're telling you it's done. The medical's next week. So they're standing on business, man. We're gonna have to see what happens with this one. I think Brian is much better than Alanga and Cordis. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. I agree with you, Harvey, bro. Brian's way better than both of them. Semenyo's rated at 70 million. Bournemouth wants 70 million for Semenyo. Forest wants 60 million for Alanga. Brighton wants 60 million for João Pedro. This market is cooked. It's crazy. The amount everyone's inflated. So us even getting Mbuemo for 65 is calm. I'm cool with that. Do you know what I mean? I'm cool with that. But everyone's saying it's the structure. It's just the add-ons. It's nothing serious. So I don't know. But it's come out that they haven't think it's enough price for Mbuemo. I thought that as well. Simba. When I saw that yesterday, I thought, yeah, you wanted Cunha money. Cunha money 62.5. We've offered you 62.5, but they want more money up front, it seems like. So we might be offering them only 15 million in installments. They might want 20. It could be something mad like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's a weird one, man. Bro, I insist. If they need more money for Mbuemo, we just have to walk away and focus on the other targets. Huss, 100%, man. But like I said, I think it's not really a thing where they want more money. Like, I think it's a thing where it's add-ons. That it's like under structure of the payment. So maybe we're offering them, it's going to be 65 million or whatever, 62, yeah? But the way we want to pay it, we might want to pay £10 million every year for 6 years. We might want to pay 15 million for 4 years, etc. They might say, nah, we want more quicker. So give us 20 million in 3 years or something like that. So I think it's just techie like that. It can't be nothing too far because everyone's saying it's continued. It was very close. It's been coming out as close. Some reporters are saying it's done. The agreement's there. So it can't be nothing mad. And we ain't heard them words. It's collapsing. They're not talking no more. It's stalled. You know them words there, you got to look out for it. When Fabrizio and all that start saying words like that, the deal has stalled or it's collapsing or there's a standstill or something mad like that, that's when it's peak. It's continued. There's no problem. We're relaxed because he's already came out and said he only wants United. So you lot can't fool us with no bid. Where this bidding war thing, Tottenham's bidding 70 million. No, we know that's gas now. He's already came out and said, I only want United. So we're comfortable. Do you understand? Like, let's be real. So we're in a good position right now, to be honest. Ben Jacobs, a good journalist. Every transfer go to him. If he says that the medical is next week, then it's next week. This never happened with Cunha. This is what I'm saying, man. It's a weird one. Let me go to that one. Yeah, this is where we said the medical is next week. If you look at it properly. So the first document is just when he broke the bid, Ben Jacobs. Second document is Sully, who is very reliable for Man United. And he said the medical is due to be completed. And then you had Ben Jacobs in the last document. And he says, Man United are closing in on Brian Mbeumo. Add-on being finalised with a total package exceeding 60 million. And Mbeumo was waiting for permission to undergo his medical. And then you had Alex Crook a day later say Mbeumo medical at Man United expected to take place next week with Ben Jacobs. Because they talk together. Every time we see Ben Jacobs, he's got a story. He does it with Alex Crook. Look at all three of these. It's always Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook together. So they've said the medical is next week. And so did Sully. They both said it. And look at the date at the bottom. That's on the 25th. So about 3 days ago, they said the medical is next week. Ornstein's come out yesterday and said, listen, they're not happy. It's not done. Blah, blah, blah. And then Sully and Alex Crook, all you got to do is look at the last line for both of them. They both said, we will see who lied. So they're not having it. They're standing on business and saying the medical is next week. So it's all crazy, man. It's all going off. We don't know what's going to happen. And then the big dog, Fabrizio, has come out this morning and basically said the bid never got rejected. Nothing ain't stopped. They've carried on talking. It was just a proposal. I put a proposal down. We'll offer you da-da-da-da. And they've said, no, that's it. So maybe Brentford saw the proposal, ran their mouth, and then it's just gone and hit the journalist and then gone mad. But it never got rejected. And it says it there. It's not, my understanding is not that the Brentford rejected the bid and talk stopped. The conversations for Brian and Mbeumo continue. The story is still active and still after the proposal turned down. It's a proposal. It's not a bid. So it's mad. If Man United get this done, I've got to admit that I bought 2 world-class attackers on the day. 100%, man. Everyone knows this. This is why we're so excited. But it's just like, it's getting a bit dragged out. That's all it is, isn't it? I mean, and 7th of July, that's when everyone comes back to training, etc. So, yeah, that's all it is. I have just read the latest tweet from Fabrizio. He's saying club-to-club contacts are going on as we speak. Hopefully, we shall get a here we go early next week. Yeah, 100%, man. I reckon we should get it. We should get it very soon anyway, because it was close anyway. So I can't see what's going to happen here. But that it can only go right from here anyway. I just don't want it to get to 70 million. That would be taking the piss. Like and subscribe, everyone, man. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe. We're here every day, man. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, doesn't matter. We're here every day for you lot. All the latest Man United news. Make sure you like, subscribe, the whole jazz. Yo, man, Lutata, what's going on? Man United are set to improve their offer for Brian Mbuemo. Negotiations with Brentford continue over final details. Big up this channel. Abdullah, my guy, love, bro. Appreciate it, bro, man. Appreciate you even saying that and bringing it in here. That's what Fabrizio's saying now, yeah? Because so basically that's not really a thing then, is it? That's what he does. He does updates that are not really updates, because we already know that we ain't stopped talking. So of course we're gonna, do you know what I'm saying? Of course we're gonna improve our offer or proposal, whatever, because we ain't stopped talking. He's just like Fabrizio, man. I hate when he does this. Just tell us what's happened. If there's another bid or not, don't be telling us all of this. So he's saying if it continues over the final details, this is what I'm saying. It's mad. Look, and they're still saying it. TalkSport is still saying Brian Mbuemo's medical at Manchester United is provisionally booked for next week, with United and Brentford still negotiating over the final transfer fee and deal structure. So why is the medical booked if it's not done? The medical gets booked only once it's done. See what I'm saying? They're standing on business. TalkSport is standing on business. Alex Crook, the Crook, they were calling him yesterday, said, so the Crook, Alex Crook, was fobbing us off. And Mbuemo, according to him and Ben Jacobs, due to have a medical next week, yet no deal can be agreed. I can see United walking away fairly quickly, because basically Brentford are trying to fob us off. And he said, we will see. Look at the bottom of that. He's standing on business, and he's just come on his what's it called, TalkSport just now, and said Man United are provisionally booked a medical for Brian Mbuemo. He's not having it. And then my boy Sally, because he's certified. I'll be real. Even if he gets this one wrong, it is what it is. But he's been certified the whole way through. He's never got one wrong. So it's a mad one. He's standing on business. We will never delete. They have a full agreement on the base fee and are finalizing add-ons. Medical and contract signing is planned for next week. Brentford are just trying to squeeze a few extra million. He will be a United player. We will see who lied and who didn't. Prayers. He's all praying now. It's gone mad. It's gone mad. It's gone mad. It's gone mad. Big up this channel from Malaysia. Love my boy, man, Abdullah, man. He's in Malaysia, bro. This thing's going far. This is what I'm saying. That's crazy. Big up Malaysia, man. Wolves and Brentford jerseys are different than Man United jerseys. Hope you got my point. What do you mean by that? Like, what? He's not going to perform, or it's too heavy, or you think the shirt's too heavy for him when he comes to Man United? 100% it's different, but what do you mean by that, though? In what sense? Like, you don't think he's going to be able to perform? From IG, he said that on Instagram. Yeah, I just see it. Someone else quoted it as well. Man, you will face Arsenal, who have finished three transfers now, yet we have one. Yeah, but they're going for, they're doing what they need to do, innit? Obviously, remember, we don't have the same issues. Remember, we've got to sell to buy and all of this. So after Mbeumo, we've got to start selling some players to buy. Arsenal don't need to do that. Do you know what I mean? They don't really need to sell to buy. So everyone's in different positions. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool went last season, never bought no one. They spent 12 million on Chiesa. This season, they've spent about 200 million. And they're still linked with a striker. I'm talking about Isak, Ekitike. It's gone mad over there. So everyone's situation is different, man. Man City made how much signings, and they went to the Club World Cup. Chelsea, Club World Cup. So other teams have been acting different, but we're in the situation we're in, and hopefully this season, when we get rid of the players that we're getting rid of, the freedom fighter, Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, the wages and that, it'll be all level now. at a good place where if we want to shift someone on, it's calm. It's not that much. Do you know what I mean? Because remember, Rashford's on 325k, freedom fighter. He's on 275 to 300k. It's crazy. So to try and get rid of these players, you have to keep doing loans, because no one's going to buy them. So after this little round of swoop and all these guys go, it's only going to get better from now on, because literally anyone can come for any player and say, we can pay his wage. 120, yeah, come. But when you're looking at man with 300k, no one can pay their wages, man. So that's the situation, man. So yeah, man, it's interesting to see what happens with Mbuemo anyway. But Fabrizio's saying there's no bid that's been rejected. It hasn't been rejected. Talks are still ongoing. There was a proposal that got put forward to, and the proposal got turned down. Just like, oh, we're proposing to 62.5. That got turned down. It wasn't a bid. And it's all about the structure. It's been said, it's all about the structure. The structure is of how they want the money. They want more up front, like Cunha. I think Cunha's one, we got to pay 20 million for 3 years or something like that. So maybe they want the same as that. That's what's really going on. Do you know what I mean? It's not it doesn't seem like it's been rejected. No, we're not interested in nothing. They're talking about it. They're not accepting the proposals. They're just fixing it up. But Ben Jacobs is coming out and saying there's still a medical next week. He's standing on business. Him and Alex Crook are not having it. They're not having a bar. David Ornstein, he is top. I would say Ornstein is better than Fabrizio. That's for me. Because Ornstein don't do this Twitter fingers thing too much, like Fabrizio does. Ornstein just comes, says what he needs to say, and cuts out. Does an article, you click the article, you read what you need to read, and he goes. Fabrizio sits on all day, just whatever. He'll start telling people your wages, and he goes mad with it. So I would rather Ornstein. So I rate Ornstein, and he's top. And he's come out and said it's been rejected. But then you got Sully and Alex Crook standing on business. They're saying, listen, we will see. Yeah, the medicals next week, we will see. Yeah, so it's mad. I don't know who to believe right now. I don't know who to go on, who to stand with. Because Sully, from Manchester United, he is reliable. So I don't know, bro. It's a mad one. We'll see. What about goalkeeper? He's got a goal, but we have to sell. This is the situation. We just gave Tom Heaton a deal. That's our third goalkeeper. What's that other you called? Bayinda, who is pony, yeah? This Bayinda guy, he needs to get out of it. He had one good game against Arsenal in the FA Cup, and he's been shit ever since. He can't even kick, nothing. He needs to go. I'll show you about goalkeepers. We were linked to a few yesterday. So I'll show you day before yesterday or yesterday. We've been linked with a few goalkeepers. So I'll show you what's going on about the goalkeeper situation. If you ain't seen it already. If you weren't here yesterday, I'll show you. But we're linked to this geezer here. Kaneshi. I don't know how good he is. I don't know. But Fabrizio said that we've been scouting several goalkeepers, including Kaneshi. I looked in the Atlanta page, and a lot of them are like, oh my God, we have to sell him for more. And some of them are crying. Oh no, we can't let him go, blah, blah, blah. But apparently Man United want to sell Onana for 34 million. We have 34 million for Kaneshi, and basically Alfredo saying they want 38 to 42 million. But Fabrizio's basically saying there's no concrete talks or negotiations. So all we probably did is just call them and say, yo, how much would it be for Kaneshi if we're interested? And they just said, all right, it'll be about 38 to 42 million. We said, all right, cool, no problem. We'll shout you if anything. And they've just got mad and just gone and told all their press, Man United are interested. They want him, Because Fabrizio shut it down and basically said, listen, they've been scouting loads of keepers. Kaneshi's one of them, but nothing serious. So that's the situation with Kaneshi. He's meant to be a good keeper. He's young. I don't know if he had a lot of saves last season. I can't remember. But he's doing well over there anyway. But I don't know too much about him for me to vouch for him. Do you know what I mean? I don't really know him like that. But obviously there's a lot of goalkeeper chat every day. Every day we're linked to goalkeepers. Emi Martinez was going crazy last 2 weeks. So now it's Kaneshi yesterday. Every day, basically, a new keeper's got their day. So I don't know who it's going to be. Look, this was 2 days ago. The date's at the bottom, 26. It was Diego Costa who was linked with. 50 million. Amorim likes him a lot. They're both Portuguese. They had talks with the player in January. We've been linked with him for ages. And then we had this other geezer that's going to be playing today in the Club World Cup. He plays for Botafogo. I think he's Brazilian. So, but he's 5.8 million. So he might be buying their replacement. and Costa might be like a long-term replacement for Onana. Who knows? But we really like Costa. That's two different sources that spoke about it. And the Botafogo guy, I don't know him. John Victor, I've never heard of him in my life, but he's cheap, 5.8. But I used to say this before, oh, he's cheap, you can't really go wrong. But listen to this. We got buying there for about 3-4 million. And look how shit he is. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know. But this guy's playing today. I might have a little watch. Botafogo play Palmeiras in the Club World Cup. I might watch it and see what he's on. He can kick, whatever. So we'll see in it. But and the Emi Martinez stuff, Emi Martinez had more errors to go than Onana. Do you know what I'm saying? Emi Martinez had more errors to go than Onana. Imagine that. But you wouldn't know about it because he doesn't play for Manchester United. When you play for Manchester United, you're on every page the next day. Every single page. Talk, sport, everything. They want to talk about it because they're going to get clicks. That's what happens. So that's the situation with goalkeepers, bro. It's either going to be one of these two or Kaneshi. They're the three that we're linked with, and Emi Martinez. But who knows what's going to happen? Obviously, we've got to sell Onana first. I don't think Onana, anyone wants him. I think we want him to go because even him, he went to Cameroon and he got, they asked him a question. They're like, yo, you're going to stay in Man United? Your contract for 2-3 more years. You should easily say, yeah, of course I'm going to stay. He's turned around and gone, I don't know. So he doesn't even know if he's going to stay. And every day we're linked to different keepers. Why are we linked to so much keepers? There's no news. There's no smoke without fire in it. So we'll see, man. Any news in regards to our midfield? Yeah, I put a new midfielder in yesterday, Ederson. We've been linked to Ederson for a minute now. So basically, Ederson, Team Talk came out yesterday and said that Ruben's approved him to be our midfielder. And if you look at what Fabrizio said a few weeks ago, he basically said, listen, Man United have spoke about Ederson. They believe he'll be a fantastic signing. Internally, he's seen as one of the perfect candidates for Ruben Amorim's midfield. But Atlanta will not make it easy. So Fabrizio said that a few weeks ago about Ederson. He's saying that we love him, basically. And then Manchester Evening News came out literally last week, the 18th, and said, yo, Ederson transfer, like, he will be the dream midfield for Man United. And a 60 million signing, they were talking about Mbuemo at that time. So things are in the air about Ederson. I've seen the little thing about Zaire Emery. So I see the little thing about Zaire Emery, but I don't think that's true, man. I think they're just throwing it out there. I see something that he's going to cost 85 million. I didn't even bother, bro. 85 million. Like, we're never going to do that. We need a DM. He's a DM, but he scores, he does forward passes. He's athletic, he runs, he's physical. He's what we need, isn't it? For Amorim type of system. So that's the situation with the midfield still. We linked with other players as well, but nothing too concrete. Sir Jim and spying this out, useless people, worse than the Glazers. Leon, I don't think, no way. There's no one worse than the Glazers, man. That's a mad claim. I don't agree with that on Leon, man. I think Sir Jim's doing a better job than the Glazers already. Sir Jim's already put like 200 million of his own money. Glazers have been there for what? How long? 18 years or something. And they've never put a penny of their own money. You got to give him that at least. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say he's worse than the Glazers. No way. He's put his own money into the club. And it's only 200 million. It's not even that much when you look at it in football terms. But still, it's better than anything we've had. For Man United to get a good season, they should sign players early and better for the players to settle. 100%, I think that's what they're trying to do. It keeps getting rejected. And obviously, we're trying to sell players. We've got the Freedom Fighter. Let me get into the Freedom Fighter. This was yesterday. Fenerbahce pulled out. Fenerbahce pulled out now. Everyone's pulling out. Napoli pulled out. This Freedom Fighter and his wage is crazy. I don't know what the geezer wants, but no one wants to pay him it. And he leaves, and his contract runs out next season. So if the Freedom Fighter stays in Man United to next season, we're going to pay him 300k a week to sit on the bench. And then next season, he walks for free. Someone will sign him and probably give him like a mad money to sign on. You get a bonus when you sign on as a free agent. You might get like 10 million just to sign for someone. It's crazy, bro. So yeah, that's the situation with the Freedom Fighter and signing players early. We have to sell, man, because the Glazers have put us in this position. We have to sell. Like and subscribe, man. Come on, man. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe. We're doing this every day, man. I tell you that all the time, man. Like and subscribe, man. All the Man United news is here all the time. Let me see more of these comments. Subbed and liked. Yeah, love, man. Stefan, appreciate that, bro. Is he a backup or who are you talking about? Is he a backup? You talking about a keeper? That you're talking about? And Mbuemo Medical is set for Tuesday. I told you, this guy's standing on business. Alex Crook. Alex Crook is standing on business. Don't play with him. Let me show you what he's talking about, what Stefan's talking about. Thanks for that, Stefan. I appreciate it because I just read it out as well, but I couldn't bother to put it on the screen. But let me show you what he's talking about. This is what he's talking about. David Ornstein came out yesterday and said, it's done. It's not happening yet. Yeah, you lot are getting excited about Mbeumo. It's been rejected. Like, they're still talking, but it's been rejected. Like, he didn't say rejected here, but he said rejected in the actual article. He said, yeah, it's been rejected, blah, blah, blah. Cool. But before that, you had this article. Ben Jacobs broke the news. The guy on the left, that's the day that the news broke, on the 23rd. And then Sully, on the 25th, said it's done. We've reached an agreement with Brentford. It's all good. Medical next week. And then, as you can see with these next two ones, Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook, they always talk together. Every single Ben Jacobs article is with Alex Crook. And Ben Jacobs being very reliable. He basically says, look, Mbuemo was waiting for permission to undergo a medical. And then after that, you had Alex Crook come out and say, Brian Mbuemo's medical at Manchester United is expected to take place next week. This is what he said. And then David Ornstein came out and said what he said about it's not gone through. What are you not talking about? What medical? It's not gone through. They haven't accepted the bid. And then Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook and Sully, yesterday after that, basically someone's tried to draw out Alex Crook and said, so Alex Crook was fobbing us off and Mbuemo, according to him, and Ben Jacobs due to a medical next week, yet no deal has been agreed. I can see United walking away fairly quickly because basically Brentford are trying to fob us off. Go to the bottom of that. Alex Crook, look at him. He says, we will see. So he's standing on business. And this is after David Ornstein has broke the news. As you can see, David Ornstein's in the middle of that whole thing. He's broke the news. They're trying to draw out Alex Crook and saying, you're a crook. You lied to us. There's no medical. He's saying, we will see. He's standing on business. And then you got Sully with the same, basically, behavior saying, yo, I will never delete or backtrack. They have a full agreement on the base fee and are finalizing the add-ons. Medical and contact signing is planned for next week. Brentford trying to squeeze an extra few million. He will be a United player. We will see who lied and who didn't. Prayer hands. It's gone mad. So we don't know what's going on. And then bam. Obviously, Fabrizio's come out this morning and said, yo, my understanding is that Brentford constantly mentioned players because of their price tags, etc. Boom, boom, boom. Manchester United offered in their second bid. My understanding is that my understanding is not that Brentford rejected the bid and talk stopped. The conversation for Mbuemo continued. And then he goes on to say, basically, the story is still active and still alive after the proposal turned down. So was it a bid? Was it a proposal where I've just proposed it? Listen, we'll give you and they said, no problem. We're going to carry on talking about it though. We don't know what's going on. But he came out this morning and they just said, no, negotiations for Mbuemo to Man United remain underway, direct contacts ongoing. Man United and Brentford discuss structure of the deal, add-ons, crucial details. Man United remain confident. Mbuemo informed all parties 3 days ago about his clear desire, Manchester United. He's already said to everybody, Tottenham, all these people, I only want Manchester United. Brian Mbuemo has told Brentford and Tottenham he will only join Manchester United if he leaves Brentford this summer. He's not going nowhere else. So we've got a lot of bargaining power anyway in negotiations because we're saying, yo, there's no bidding war. He only wants us. Simple as that. So yeah, man, it's gone mad, man. It's gone mad. You'll be surprised that Onana's stats not as bad as people think. Let's not forget how poor we were up front. 44 goals all season. We've been like that for like the last three years. This is why, with who we're linked with, the gyokeres, Mbuemo, Cunha, is crazy when you look at it. You understand? Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Cunha and Mbuemo, gyokeres is coming. I need world-class CDM, like Belabor. I think we'll go for a good CDM next year. I think we're going to wait for that one. Belieber. Yeah, he's a baller still. What about signing the defender? We ain't been linked with no defenders recently, you know. We were linked with that Ndika from Roma, but nothing serious. And I think because Heaven's come in, it's not as bad now. I don't think it's a lot of pressure. And Maguire's staying for 1 more year as well. So I don't think the pressure on them is too crazy. What exactly is Amorim's system? Seems it's a system out of space or something. Oh, you're not rating his system, no? He obviously, remember, you see the thing with Amorim, he came in mid-season, he didn't have none of these players, and obviously he didn't get to have pre-season. That's why I don't judge him. I know a lot of people have got their made up already, this guy's a fraud or whatnot. My thing is, give the guy a pre-season, let him get some players that fit his system, and then we'll see. So this season, we're going to see what Amorim's on. He's already said, if it's not working, he will leave. You know what I'm saying? If it gets to December and we're still in the second half of the table, we will leave, bro. So, but what they've shown and what he's even they're talking about is, look, he's seen as a perfect candidate for Ruben Amorim's midfield. He said when he first walked in, he needs athletes, intensity. So this is what he wants. This is his system. I think his system is just, obviously we're going to see something different this year, isn't it? We're not going to see what we've done last year because it wasn't working and then he switched it up. Started getting Casemiro in there, someone close to him with more counter-attacky. So we'll know what Amorim's system is this year. We have to see it, innit? Yeah. Sir Jim only spin positive stories, though. He is British. But Sir Jim is definitely better than the Glazers. Let's not be... Come on, Leon, man. Leon, come on. Let's not do that. He's better than the Glazers, at least. He's put in at least 200 million of his own money and he's put a structure in. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people just you could say you're not happy with it, etc. But even the signings we're going for is different compared to what we was doing before. We was going there spending 90 million on players, 70 million on Casemiro, 72 million on Højlund, 85 on Anthony, 65 on Mount. We're not going to do that with this new regime unless they're proven. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at what we're doing now. 62 on Cunha. Even if we spend 65, but Mbuemo, top 4 goal scorers the last season in the Prem, it makes sense at least. He should hit the ground running. I don't agree with that one still. I think Sir Jim's definitely better than the Glazers, at least. He's changed some things that he's put his own money into it, and but at least put a structure in. Glazers just put their own friends in there, bankers, Ed Woodward and that. They messed up the club. Big up Mitch. People are really calling Sully a liar. You mad? Guys, don't doubt man's cred. Gamer, trust me. Tell them. This is what I'm saying. Tell them. Big up yourself, Gamer, as well, man. But yeah, this is what it is, isn't it? Obviously, when you're doing what I'm doing and you're preying it every day, you get a little feel where it's oh, my man's reliable. He's not. He talks shit. Blah blah blah. Every Man United fan that's on Twitter will know that Sully is reliable. That's just what it is. If you're not on Twitter, you won't really understand. But it is what it is, isn't it? People can get things wrong. I can't sit there and put my whole life on the line on the next man's information. I'm not in the room with Jason Wilcox and all these guys negotiating. You know what I'm saying? Swear you was the guy saying deal 100% agreed. Yeah, through Sully, yeah. I was saying this article here. I was saying the deal was 100% agreed through Sully. When he said this, he said, understand, Man United will reach agreement with Brentford for Brian Mbuemo. That's what I said. And obviously, Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook. Ben Jacobs is who broke the news, by the way. None of these other guys, Fabrizio's and that. It was him, the guy on the left, Ben Jacobs. That article there you're seeing now broke the news about Mbeumo's second bid. And then everyone caught on. That's the guy that broke it. So when he's saying the medical is next week, of course, you're going to say it's done. Sully, very reliable for Man United news. Do you understand? I'm never going to come in and say I got my own sources. I know about what's going on inside the club. No, I just go off the journalists and who I think is reliable. And I'll say, listen, they're saying it's done. It should be done. Do you understand? But it's always up to you to think of who you believe in it, type of thing. This team will be the death of me. It's never a clear cut with United, and we might not even get Mbuemo. We believe it when he signs. I think we'll get him, man. I think 100% we'll get him. Brentford just playing hardball, maybe with the add-ons or whatever, but I think we'll get him, man. He only wants us. He wants to move. There's nothing that's been saying that it's stalling or it's not. It don't seem like there's nothing negative going on right now. So I think we will get him, but it's just about how much it's going to be. I hope it's got no 70 million, and I hope it's just maybe a 1-2 add-on or something, or the way we structure it, they get, remember, we offer 55 plus 7. Let me go back to Ornstein. 55 plus 7 we offered. Maybe we might have to offer like 58 plus 5 or something like that. You know what I mean? So they get more up front, because add-ons is hard. Add-ons is not guaranteed. When they say add-ons, that 7.5 is not guaranteed. The add-ons might be crazy. Like, he has to win a Ballon d'Or. He has to get Champions League. He has to score 20 goals. They might not get that money if that don't happen. So add-ons are not guaranteed. So right now, they're only getting 55 million guaranteed. So they want to probably get more. Like, all right, you know what? Give us 58 or 60 million guaranteed. And then add-ons can be 4 million. Add-ons are not guaranteed. That's the problem. What about Casemiro transfer? No one wants the geezer. Saudi don't want to bail us out, bro. Saudi don't want to bail us out right now. This is what I say to man all the time. I said, when it was Liverpool's turn, Henderson, Fabinho, Firmino, come, we'll take you. Saudi came in, sweeped in, gave them a check, 40 million for Fabinho. They were paying them. Come, we'll take you. When it was Chelsea's turn, Koulibaly, Mendy, their keeper, who else did they take? Kante. Yeah, come, we'll take you. Now it's United's turn. Come take some players. Onana's there, Luke Shaw. Who else is there for them? Casemiro. They don't want these players. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. No chance we get Ederson. Remember, Atlanta wanted 70 million. We'll cry about 60 million for Mbuemo. Yeah, if they want 70 million from him, we won't get him. Obviously, Team Talk come out yesterday and said it's 50 million. So hopefully there's something into that. But we've been linked with him for so long that it is where it is. And I think Saudi were in for him. I don't know about that. That went a bit quiet though. But he's a good player, man. He's a good player. Some people say he's a bit like the Ugarte. No, he's not. He's got way more energy, scores more goals. He's up and down. Like, we need him. He's a good player. But remember, we got to sell anyway. And our priority is striker. We all know this. So he's down in the pecking order right now for now anyway. I don't think they're prioritizing midfield like that this season. I think it's more of a next season, because Casemiro goes next season and Maguire goes. So I think this season, let's get their attack going. And Mbuemo, Cunha and a striker, that's sorted. And then next season, Casemiro's going to go for free. Maguire goes. We get the centre-back and a midfielder. They go mad. All the money they got then, they can spend it on that. That's what I think will happen. So, yeah, man. If we get Ederson, then what about a striker? What's up? That's what I'm trying to say to you, look, yeah, that I think that Ederson, he's in the pecking order, but it's not priority. We definitely want him. Look, Fabrizio says it. Look at the middle column. Fabrizio said this a couple of weeks ago that we definitely want him. We think he'll be a fantastic signing. He's perfect candidate for Ruben's midfield. He's energetic. He's athletic. He fits everything. He fits the bill. But like I said, I think our thing is get the goals in. We've gone the last 3 seasons. We ain't even scored 60 goals in our last 3 seasons, I think. So it's like, listen, let's switch up the goals and then we'll work our way back soon. Obviously, if Onana goes, we'll swap. But Maguire's staying for 1 more season, and Casemiro's got 1 more season left. So I think it's just start with the attack. So they're going to go for a striker, and then it's sell. Remember, we got 4 players to sell. 5 if you're going to add Malacia, if anyone even remembers him. But yeah, Anthony, Sancho, freedom fighter, Rashford, and who's the other geezer that needs to go? Garnacho. Them 4 are for sale, and they're all going to have to get clubs, but it might take longer than we want it to take. So they might not come pre-season, the new players, but after we start selling them, it might be a 1v each. Like Garnacho goes, we buy a midfielder. Anthony goes, we buy, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Anthony goes, we could maybe buy someone else. Rashford goes, 1 for 1, basically. I think that's what it'll be. I've been following you for a few days now. Rate your channel, bro. Can't believe you only have 400 subs, bro. I thought you were being on 50, 60K. I only started it about 2-3 weeks ago, you know. Let's be real. So even 400 is good, bro. I'll be real. I appreciate you always, man. Appreciate you still. But yeah, I've only started this about 2 weeks ago. So we're going to get there. Don't worry, man. It's timing, bro. Every day we're here. Like I tell you all the time, make sure you like, subscribe, man. Every day we're here giving you all the United news. Daily as well. You understand? There was something about gyokeres and Isak here. I don't know how true this is. I don't want to entertain it, but I'll just show you that anyway. Man United have joined the race for Isak. it's gas, innit? Let's just be real. Like team talk. But Man United Chiefs want to bring in a premium number 9 for Ruben Amorim and replace Højlund. Gyokeres is understood to be top target right now. Yeah, we know that's true already. You get me? Everyone knows that. So yeah, man. But yeah, that is that stuff. I think that's just paper talk. They're just chatting shit. You see, when you say stuff like this, that's the easiest way to get cancelled. It's like, all right, we already know team talk. We don't trust you as much no more now because we know we're not in the race for that. Like, you've gone mad. We got a sell to buy a striker that's probably going to be like 60, 70 million. Never mind, they went 150 million for Isak. Like, let's be real. So when they say things like this, I just like, all right, cool. You're a bit cancelled now, a little bit. Always for real. Metch gives all the news we need to like and subscribe and share. Love, man. Man United, appreciate that, man. You lot love, like, subscribe, man. Every day, man. Rumours about Dortmund, Metro. Yeah, I spoke about that yesterday. Let me bring it up for you, bro. 4, 5. I'll bring that up for you right now. But yeah, one sec. You see this midfield thing, yeah? Like I said, we've been linked with so much midfielders in the last couple of days that something must be brewing. But I don't know if we're ready. Maybe we're trying to get like a verbal agreement. You know, when you go for them, you get the one you want. He says he's on it. Dortmund's on it. And then you say, all right, you know what? We're going to come back for him after we've sold a few players. But let's agree to a fee, 35 million or whatnot. And then you agree and you wait. And then if it gets to September the 1st and you haven't paid them yet, then obviously it's going to fall through. It won't happen. I think it might be them situations because we've been linked with so much midfielders and so much goalkeepers. But our main priority is striker. And we ain't been linked to no striker. So it obviously shows we only want Gyokeres and we're waiting what's going to happen with Arsenal. And on top of that, we're still shipping around to look about midfielders and goalkeepers, etc. So something's definitely going on. But this is the thing with Metra, whatever his name is. I never know how to spell it, you know, but I would say Metra. This situation with him, it's a nothing rumour, really. CF Bayern's basically just come out and said, Man United are interested in Dortmund midfielder Felix Metra. Previous reports have put his fee at around 40 million. Obviously, he was at Manchester City's academy. That's where Wilcox come from. Wilcox is the sporting director, so the links make sense. But look at the geezer's injury record. I'm going to leave this on the screen for about 30 seconds for you lot to look at this guy and look at the dates and everything. The geezer can just turn left the wrong way and he'll get injured. Look how much injuries the guy's got. Ligaments, fitness, hip, muscular, ankle, thigh, unknowns. It's mad every year. So I've never really seen him play. We've been linked with him for ages. We got linked with him last year as well, or January. I watched the 1-2 comps. He looked a bit stiff for me. I don't think he's athletic with what we would want. I don't know. I don't know too much about him. I can't vouch for him, nothing. But this link, CF Bayern, isn't the most reliable as well. So he might just be throwing that out there, trying to get some clicks. But this guy's injury is crazy. Look at this guy's injury. So I don't know. I don't know if he... And remember, Ruben's system, he's trying to run. Loads of running. You got to be athletic. You got to be physical. So I don't know how you're going to come from the German league, which is a little bit slower, come to the Prem with all these injuries already and then think you're going to be running around and not be getting injured even more. Let's be real now. He's one's a problem because it's different places. If he just got injured in his ankle or his thigh, at least you know then, innit? They might be able to just treat him and deal with him a certain way. All right, your thigh will get injured, so don't run too much or... Bro, the man's got everything. Ligaments, hips, muscular, ankle, thigh, everything. So I don't want this guy nowhere near us because it just seems like a guy that would... Mason Mount type of guy. Luke Shaw, we've already got a few of them. We had Martial at one stage, injured all the time. Varane, Luke Shaw, now Mason Mount's gone into that territory. And then get another geezer and it's the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Man. Otherwise, Metch is a real one. Biggie, love, man. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate that still. I think if we get a new forward, we can score at least 80 goals, but defending is important. 100%, man. We will be more confident at least. I'll be going into games confident we can put teams away. See all my Arsenal friends, yeah? I used to banter them, but every game they think they're winning. We'll win 3-0. We'll win 4-1. We'll win 2-0. Sometimes they lose or they will draw, etc. But they always went into a game confident they're going to win because they used to score goals. I ain't been like that in ages. Like, oh, are we going to win this one? Oh, Liverpool. Do you remember all the Man United fans when Liverpool were playing Liverpool and it was snowing? And all them rumours, is it going to get cancelled or not? And all the Man United fans are saying, please get it cancelled. We want the game to get cancelled. And then we went to Liverpool. We drew 2-2. Really, we should have won it. Harry Maguire missed in the last minute and all of that. But none of us was confident. Manchester City. When we play all these teams, Arsenal, we're never confident. We're not going in there like we should win. That's how I want to be feeling. To be having someone like Cunha and Mbuemo and gyokeres or something up front, you'll be like, yeah, we're burying teams. All these championship teams are coming, Old Trafford, just getting 5s and 6s and 4. Like, when's the last time we done something like that? Barnsley, 7-0. Come on, man. I need to be doing that in the Prem. So, yeah, man, that's the situation with Metra. Obviously, we're linked to a few goalkeepers. I've been showing this one all the time. We keep getting linked to them. Kaneshi, we're linked with him as well. Ederson, we linked with him yesterday. We've been linked with him a few times. Fabrizio's been telling us basically we want him to be our perfect candidate for Ruben's midfield. The freedom fighter, Fenerbahce have done. Jose Mourinho was on the phone to him. Yo, do you want to come? We'll pay you your whole wage, 300k. We don't care. Come true. He was playing them the whole time. He wants to move to a top 5 league. That's what I was saying as well. I kept saying it to you. Like, I've never seen someone go to the Turkish league in their prime. Napoli have given up as well. They're going for Noah Lang and Ndoye now. They fully dropped out Sancho. They can't be bothered with his games. He wants too much money. And then we've got Mbuemo. Just Salih said this agreement. Ben Jacobs said the medical's next week. And they're just standing on business and saying, listen, the medical is next week, you'll see. So no matter what David Ornstein said yesterday, he said very rare. Talks are ongoing. So obviously, so maybe they could all be right, innit? They might all be right. This is not a thing where one person's wrong and who's wrong. Because maybe the proposal did get rejected. Like, nah, we don't want that. But the talks are ongoing, as David Ornstein said. But like I said, Salih and Ben Jacobs, they're not having it. They're saying, listen, we will see who lied and who didn't. It's done. So that's the situation with Mbuemo. Fabrizio's basically come out and just said, listen, from what I know, the bid never got rejected and the talk stopped. It was more of a proposal that got turned down. So if a proposal's been turned down, why is it getting leaked as the bid's been rejected and it's gone mad? So the talks are still ongoing. It should happen. It's just about the add-ons and the structures, etc. So yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna see what happens. Like you can see that at the end as well. Brentford have not rejected Manchester United 62.5 bid for Brian Mbuemo. Talks are still ongoing. Fabrizio. So it's mad. I don't know what to believe. Any updates on our outs? Who is going? Have we made any traction on this? The only update on the out is freedom fighter, and no one wants him anymore. Everyone's pulling out. Fenerbahce pulled out last night, and Napoli pulled out 2 days ago. Everyone's pulling out. So Juventus is the only team left, and he wants a mad wage. He wants 300Ks or something. They're looking at him and saying, big man, they're not even offering half. I think they're offering him lower than half. So that one's standstill as well. So he had 3 teams in for him. He spoke to Jose Mourinho on the phone. They said, Fenerbahce said, we'll pay you your whole wage. You want 300K, we'll give it to you. But he doesn't want to go there. And that's what I said to you, like, I kept saying to you, like, I can't see him going to a Turkish league in his prime. I can't remember one player that's done that. So has come out yesterday from Yago, who is very reliable for Turkish news, that he wants to stay in the top 5 leagues. So Sancho's been playing Fenerbahce, keeping them there, knows that they want to pay him the wage, and then going up to Napoli and Juventus and saying, listen, Fenerbahce is going to pay us, he's going to pay me my wage. What are you saying? But they're not having it. They're saying, bro, you're asking for too much. You've gone mad. I would have went Napoli if I was him. Best project, but they've gave up on him now. So that's the only out. And obviously, Anthony, Real Betis have bought 2 players now. They've sold 2 players now. So they've got the money for Anthony. They've got about 58 million now. They sold Johnny Cardozo and they sold another geezer, Jesus, something, yesterday. Here we go. So they've got about 58 million recouped. So the money is there for Anthony now. I can't see the excuse. The money is there. The space is there. So it's going to be, we're going to see what happens, innit? You know me, I'm here 3 times a day. I'll update you lot and let you lot know anyway. So that's the situation. Sancho was the latest to go, but I don't know what's happening with that. What about changing Mazraoui to centre-back to replace Evans and buying a new up? I think they're going to do all of this, but it's not a rush. You get it? It's not a priority. That's what it is. It's like, yo, we don't need to really worry about the defence as much because Heavens has stepped up and Maguire staying for 1 more season. So it's not a priority that we have to... So what it is stay for 1 more season, Maguire. And what happens is after the one more season and he goes next season, Casemiro and Maguire both leave, then we'll make it a priority. But by that time, we've sorted out our goal situation. So what they're doing is just trying to fix up the top right now, the striker, the 10s, and then they're going to work their way down. Obviously, if we do, like I said, if Anthony, Garnacho, Rashford, and Sancho all go in the next 2-3 weeks, of course they'll probably start spending and getting an RWB and all that, a right wing back. But I don't think it's priority for them right now. And obviously, I know what you mean as well, because Ahmad, you don't remember something. Ahmad, Mbuemo, Mazraoui, and Onana all got to AFCON in December for 1 month. Remember that, But that's what I'm saying to you. Even the right wing back, Mazraoui can play there. Dallo can play there. Who else can play there? And then you've got Dorgu, Amas. They can play on the left. There you go. Mantato as well. But they ain't tried him there yet. I think he's injured though. We need to trim the team. Yeah, exactly. We need to trim the team. Remember, we've got 1 game a week now. We've got no Europe. Bro. So a lot of people ain't going to play anyway. We've got loads of players in different positions. Even just the midfield. Look at the 10s. Like, we've got Mbuemo and Cunha coming in. And then we've got Mason Mount, Kobe, Ahmad, Bruno, Xerxes. They can all play as a 10. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So we're stacked in different areas. Even the CM position, where we're only going to play with 2. Bruno is definitely going to be one of them. He's the captain. And then we got, who else can play there? Kobe, Ugarte, Casemiro, Collier. 5 players and only 2 play. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So, yeah, I can't see us going for all of these signings. Unless people go and come in and we send some out on loan, etc. I can't really see a lot of movement happening. But obviously for now, you don't know the main thing anyway. It's gyokeres. We've been linked with him heavy. This is yesterday. We're back in pole position apparently. It's more getting into the UK media now. So hopefully it's true. And yeah, I'll have some news about Sesko later as well, because I see the Arsenal fans posting something about him. So I'll let you lot know. So yeah, everyone have a great day, man. I'll be back on later and I'll update all of you lot of what's going on. Love to everyone in the chat. Love to everyone that's popped in. Appreciate you lot all. Love.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more